Well, I'm finally out taking a walk. It's warm weather and I didn't have anything to do this afternoon. There's some goats. These are about a block from my house. There's some old pens. Across the road, some horses getting their exercise. I don't know if you can see them back there. I'll get them. And this is the road in front of me. I know I need to get a little gadget so that it'll steady my camera. Let me get up on the road here and maybe I'll walk a little. There's the horses. Let me stop. There they go. See them walking? Yep. That gives them some exercise. Horses get really bored. They need a lot of exercise. Native vegetation, cedar trees. These are mesquites that don't have any leaves on them right now. These will be the last thing to bud out in the spring. Mesquites, usually you can trust that if the old mesquites haven't budded out, that there's still going to be a frost. But once they start getting leaves, usually you know you're pretty protected against a frost. And live oak trees. Several different kinds of oaks in this area. There were some cattle around here the other day, but I don't see them now. We must have taken them off somewhere. All right, I'll be back. Now this is why I find it so hard to take a walk, because I find so many interesting things. Do you see that white stuff on the cactus? It looks like mold or something. That is the home of the cochineal bug. The cochineal is the one that's used to make dye out of, and it's the same color as the prickly pears. I'm not going to bother them today or kill any of them, but one of these days I'll show you how they look and what they live within those little webs. I think you can see them within those little webs, and they're just a tiny little beetle bug, and they grow them commercially, make a dye out of them. It's used for everything from fabric to lipsticks, cosmetics. Starbucks was using it as a pure and natural way to color their strawberry frappes. Why they didn't use strawberries, I don't know, but anyway, I guess they use something else now because people didn't like the idea of having bug juice in their strawberry drinks. Okay, there's the cows. Zoom in on them. Where are they? There they are. Hello, cows. They're not going to be very interesting, but there they are. This is new. I don't know that the power lines are new, but having this all cleared out between them is. The last time I was out here, which has been a year ago, this little clear spot right in here wasn't there. So they've cleared out a lot of undergrowth underneath all these power lines here. Sometime since the last time I was here in the last year. Okay, I've been looking for this. This is some sumac, flame leaf sumac or staghorn sumac, and I wanted to get some seeds from it. Let me get up here where we can see it. These little berries are edible. You can actually use them. It's my understanding that you can use them as a spice. There's some Middle Eastern dishes that use them. Just put them in a pepper grinder. But what I want to do, they're beautiful, and the flowers really attract bees. And then the leaves turn bright red in the fall. They're just gorgeous. So I wanted to collect some and see if I couldn't start some from seed. So let me shut this and I'll collect me some. This little spot here is a good place for deer, to see deer. If you'll see, there's a little, I don't know if this looks like just a little natural pond. I don't think there's a stream here at all. You see it? And so I'll hear deer rustling around. They'll bed down in this undergrowth around it. And so sometimes during the day I'll hear them in there. That's oh, here we go. There's a culvert here that drains into that. That's what this is. See, there's the culvert. There's where the culvert drains. And what it is it's just collecting from the bar ditch, just the natural drainage. There's no, oops, got a car coming. Let me get over here. Okay, the other thing I was going to say is, see, that's where that culvert is. And see, if you look over here now, there's nice meadow, which deer love. They can get out in the cool of the evening or the early morning and feed out there. So it's perfect, a good spot for deer. See how there's meadows, and yet there's also woods. That's really good. Gives them places to rest and hide during the day. If you've never read the original book, not the Walt Disney version, but the original book, Bambi by Felix Salten, I definitely recommend it. Although the translation is fairly childlike, the English translation, the original German edition was written for hunters, for people who love the woods and love the deer, and it has a lot of good natural history in it about how deer live. So you know, put that on your reading list if you've got something, if you need something new to read. Those are yucca plants, and they'll sprout. You can see those flower stalks left from some of them. They'll sprout flower stalks later this year, and there's lots of little things that eat the seeds and all, and then there's things that you can do with it too. When I see one, I'll show you. The unripe pods are edible by humans. They're or the flowers. The flowers are edible. Excuse me, not the pods. The flowers are edible, but they're a little soapy tasting. I don't really care much for them. These are oak galls, and they were used for centuries to make ink with, mixing with iron filings. You can also use them to make fishing floats, fishing bobbers. There's a bunch of them around here. They just, see, there's one, and there's several. There's one that's got a hole in it. See that little hole in it? They are the home of a little wasp that you know, makes a little home for its eggs. There's some more. I'm going to get my little bag out and collect me some. I might want to make some ink one of these days. But that's what they look like. They look like a small cork almost. There's one that's kind of breaking open. They're just kind of pithy inside. They're real lightweight. Very, very lightweight. Feel very pithy. And these are not the same as the puff balls. You'll also see puff balls, and they're different kind of a thing. They're created by fungus. But these are by that little wasp. And there's one broke open. You can see how pithy it is inside. That's what they look like, and it's just solid all the way through, except for that little bitty part where the little wasp was, the little larva. Kind of an illustration of the difference. For centuries, people could go out and they could collect oak galls from under the oak trees and sell those for making ink. It's a product. It's a thing that nobody wanted. It would decompose back into the ground if you didn't get it. Nowadays, when we take a walk, it's the aluminum cans that are about the only thing you can collect that's sellable. And I guess next time I'll bring an extra bag with me and collect these. If I'm going to be walking, I can pick up the trash as I go. You know, it's like, why do people do things like that? So, it's crazy, you know, how many people would just throw their garbage out the window. You can't walk 3 feet without seeing some kind of trash. And this is in, you know, a rural area where all the people that live out here are supposed to supposedly care about it. They don't mind throwing their trash out the window because the grass will grow up and cover it up. This is mistletoe. It's growing in the mesquite trees. It doesn't grow in oak trees. You can see it's fixing to flower or budding. It's a parasite, but it's not a fungus. It does bud and it will make it makes berries. It's poisonous. All parts of the plant are poisonous. Well, the wind started blowing. I wanted you to see the little cones. The cedar tree is making its little cones. In the wintertime, they are putting pollen berries late in the summer. So we have something to look at. Now the grass along the roadway is mowed, and I think I showed you some of the other fields. You know, the grass might be mowed or it might be worn down by the weather, but the grass in this enclosure, as you'll notice, is way down on the ground. There's not any tall grass standing. That's because these folks keep goats, and they keep goats in there all year round. They move them from pen to pen, and the goats will eat down all the briars and all the grass and everything. So it keeps it nicely mowed without having to worry about it. And cattle, I should say too. They not only keep goats in there, but they also keep cattle. And so the cattle will nibble down the grass too. Our beekeeper, our master beekeeper, who taught the beekeeping class that I just got through taking, recommends that we use dried cow patties as the fuel for our smokers. He said it really, really works better than anything he's tried. So gonna have to get some friends to let me come collect their dried out cow chips. Yippee-yi-yay, cow patty. And now I'm back at home, taking a look at my my little mushroom bed here, my morel bed. We had a good rain, and supposed to check it. Of course, I know it's way too early for rains, but I need to turn it under some more. They said that won't hurt it, so I'll be doing that in the next few days. So anyway, Jen, I finally got out and took me a little walk. I probably walked about a mile. It took me forever because I had to stop and look at stuff every time I turned around. But anyway, that's a really nice walk, and over the course of the seasons changing, the different kinds of wildflowers that bloom and things, there's always good things to see over there. I have some friends that live out that way. Their gate was locked today, or I would have turned in and said hello to them. But so anyway, from time to time when the weather's warm enough, now I've gotten my start, and so here we go. All right, bye you guys.